the question of the brother. Sheikh, if an oppressed person calls, anyone other than Allah, so even if this case, his or her dua will be accepted.
Well, if someone, whether oppressed or not, calls other than Allah, this is shirk. So he's not asking Allah Azza wa Jal. So definitely that this is not answered and this is not acceptable. However, Allah tests people. So among the test would be a test in answering. For example, someone who was married for 10 years and he was not blessed with a child. Every week he goes for Umrah. And he goes next to the Kaaba, oh Allah, grant me a child, and nothing happens. After 10 years, a friend of his told him, Akhi, why don't you go to Cairo? There is the grave of Al Hussein in a big masjid. Al Hussein is the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ. He's a companion, may Allah be pleased with him. But he's not buried there. He was killed in Iraq, in Karbala. However, you will find a grave for him in Karbala. You will find another one in Syria and a third one in Cairo. And they all say that he's buried there. So, Allahu A'lam, how these people think, definitely this is a fabrication to gain money from the people. But assumingly, and he says to this man, go to Al-Hussein's grave, write a small piece of paper of your request and put it, and you will find good results. So the man says, I'll give it a try. And he goes and he writes a paper, oh Hussein, I need a child. It's been 10 years and I don't have children. So please grant me one. And he throws the paper. 9 months from that day, he is blessed with twins, with a twin, a boy and a girl. Now, one would say, oh, subhanallah, a miracle. This means that going to the grave of Hussein is better than going to a Kaaba. Now, this man becomes a believer in shirk, a believer in other than Allah Azza wa Jal. So why did Allah answer his call? This is a test. And this is a fitna for him and for those who believe in that. As for those whose hearts are steadfast on Islam, they will not believe this. They would know that this was a test from Allah Azza wa Jal. Therefore, calling others than Allah Azza wa Jal is shirk. And if you think that going to idols or going to graves or going to rocks or going to trees and asking them to help you and you get help, that this is a miracle, this is not a miracle, this is a test from Allah Azza wa Jal.
Sheikh, as